All right, let's finish up our notes for this first day. So we are on Module 6, Lesson 3, the last page, page 4. We were just discussing in the last video that the X column is always the column on the left, and the output or Y column or the range is the column on the right in a T-table. So even if there aren't numbers or words or whatever, we can still always assume these are our inputs or X or domain, these are our output or Y or range. So because we wrote up here that domain and range are always sets, we can go ahead and remember when we go to write these that they must always be in set notation. So do not forget to use the set symbols. It will be counted wrong in ALEKS. It will be counted wrong on a test. So we always have to use set symbols when we're naming the elements of the domain. So because the above says the domain are the set of X values, we put our set symbols and see if anything's repeated. Nope. So we just write our elements of our X with commas in between. So sitting, walking, aerobics, did I spell that right? A-E-R-O, yep. Tennis, running, and swimming. And then end our set symbols. So that is our domain. Our range, remember, are the Y values. You can look up at your definitions above. So remember, we can't repeat. Is there anything repeated in this list? Yes, so we won't list that one. I think everything else is its own. So again, the range is the set of Y values, so we need to list each. And I always get a question at this point, does order matter? No, I usually just put it in the order of the problem. So 80, 325, 505, don't list 505 again, 720, 790. And yes, it will be counted wrong. A point will be taken off if you do list elements twice. We never list elements twice in a set. So if a number occurs twice, either in the domain or the range, only list it once. So here's the biggie. Is this relation a function? So the easiest and fastest way to see is look and see if any of the X's are repeated. Nope, they're not. So there's no way they could be assigned two values. So look up here. See how the X was repeated? Then we look over here and go, oh, it was assigned two different Y values. That's why it's not a function. But the X must be repeated in order for it to be assigned more than one Y value. So when you immediately see that no X is repeated, you can say, yes, it's a function. Yes, it is a function. And remember, this is what you have to be able to write out on the test in full sentences. It is a function. Why or why not? Because each X is assigned exactly one Y value. So basically, I'm just reiterating what we wrote up here. Each X value is assigned exactly one Y value. So that's what I'm going to be writing here. So yes, it is a function because each X value is assigned exactly one Y value. And there we have it. So list a set of X's, commas in between, list a set of Y's. If no X's are repeated up here, then you know if it's a function. If an X is repeated, then you have to look over and see if it's assigned to different Y values. So now would be a good time for you to turn off your camera and try these last two examples on your own before I do them. Good way to practice. Okay, domain. Again, it's the set of x values. So -2, -1, 0. Don't repeat that 0 and 1. So -2, -1, 0, and 1. And end my set symbols. Y values. Are any of them repeated? 5, 9, nope. So just list them as is. 5, 9, -1, 3, and 12. And again, I just use the order that's there. So now we need to decide whether it's a function, and hopefully you did this on your own first. Turn the camera off. So we skim the list and see if x's are repeated. I see an x repeated, so I look over and see, is it assigned exactly one y value, or is it assigned two different y values? And this one is assigned two different y values. So we're going to write what we did up here. This is not a function because the x value 0 is assigned two different y values. So that's what we need to write here. And it happens to be the x value 0. It's not always 0, but in both of these cases it was. No, this is not a function because the x value 0, oops, I forgot the word the. No, this is not a function because the x value 0 is assigned two different y values. There we go, just like the sample problem we did up above. One more to go. So like I said, if you haven't done this one yet, turn off the camera for a minute or turn off the video, do it on your own, and then we'll check it. Okay, domain, I look down here and I say, is there any element repeated? Nope. So we write each 4, 3, 2, 2.5, and 0. The range, I see 0 repeated, so I need to only write it once. Then I have a 2. Skip that 0, then I have a -2. And remember, don't forget the set symbols because the definition up here says it's the set of x values or the set of y values. So don't forget your set symbols. So is this relation a function? Look at your x's. Is there any x repeated? Nope. So that means it is a function because it can't be assigned two different y values if it's not repeated. So then write the same thing you did up here. Yes, it is a function because each x value is assigned exactly one y value. Yes, it is a function because each x value is assigned exactly one y value. Is assigned exactly one y value. Okay, I'll see you later.